I'm here.
Hey, everybody.
It's Wednesday.
Welcome to Literarily Wasted.
Again.
We're here. Again.
Yeah.
The only reason I know it's Wednesday is because we're here.
Oh, yeah. No, this week was rough. I definitely thought yesterday was Monday, and it was not.
Oh, yeah. That's why the discussion thing went up a little late.
Like, 12 hours late or so. It's because, I totally thought it was Monday. Whoops.
Okay.
Well, hi, everybody. Welcome to Kill the Farm Boy final discussion. It's the end of the month. What's up?
We
got
did
some
it.
People chime in and hey, watch this.
Hi.
Now we can put your comments on the screen. For example, Jeff Moore says, greetings.
Oh,
There's Jeff.
greetings.
Ooh.
So, hey, everybody.
Pick a YouTube.
Yeah, do a YouTube.
There's Mike.
Hey, Mike.
Mike says, hi.
Can you pick up
Yay, I love this.
Only Adam.
Just Adam. Adam has the key.
Yeah.
To
I
Adam
have
has
the
all
control.
of the power.
So make it good, and I'll put your comment on the screen.
Here, I'm
But,
going to say hi. Hi, Tammy.
say
Hi,
hi.
Jean. Hi, Sandra. Hi, Jean. Hi, Tammy. Hi, Gigglesvids. Hi, Sandra. Hi, Dremora. Hi, Krana. Sorry if I said it wrong. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Caitlin. Hi, Brandy. Hi, Brandy. Hi, Jenny. That's two different Brandys. I was not being
Yes, Virginia. It is fancy.
Ooh. Hi, Adrienne and Cindy and Jennifer and Virginia and Rhiannon and Kelsey and Dremora and Mike and Jeff and Adam.
Hi,
Nikki,
Stephanie.
Hi, Stephanie.
Nicole, Jessi, Brittany, Christy. Ha!
Haha.
Aha! I'm
Mike's
done.
famous.
Yeah. Yes,
throw-
you are.
Put Joe's up there. I like Joe's. That's good.
What's up, my sandwiches?
Look at that.
Wait, I think I put the emphasis on the wrong syllable. What's up, my sandwiches? Is
Yeah.
that right?
There we go.
Okay, thank you.
So welcome. Should we just dive right into discussing this weird book?
For those who may have gone on to the second book, maybe Christy should give just a little synopsis of what happened in the second half or the end of the first book.
Yeah, because I
Sure.
didn't read it.
We
I'm
still
just kidding. I read it. I read it.
we still have all the same characters, except we've lost a few in the second
Yes,
half.
we did. But
couple.
we didn't really lose them.
Uh,
They just transcended.
yeah.
They're
Um,
translucent.
Gustav has turned into a
He's a
man
real boy.
Yeah.
who poops on the floor.
Yeah.
It's just-
We'll get to that.
We will. And
done.
he is the king now, and he is actually kind of a decent king.
We could learn a lot. Sorry, continue.
yeah. He's a
Yeah.
good king. good to be
What
a
else?
king.
And Argabella and Fia are they kind of commandeered Toby's tower and Rose's and have like living happily ever after, probably.
Oh, precious.
And Grinda has just gone on a quest. No, did she come back? No, she went on a quest, right? Or she came back.
I think she came back with her body, right?
Yeah. She was. she
at the
was
birthday party,
re-human.
she was human. So just all the same characters, because from what I've heard, the second book is not the same cast. So just don't move on past these guys: Argabella and Fia and Toby and Poltro and Gustav.
But lots happened since we stopped reading.
Yeah, it was pretty full.
Like we stopped. Did we stop
It was just
before
before.
the?
It was just before Argabella was unconscious or dead, or it was left on a big cliffhanger. Justice
well-
for Toby.
Toby was still alive.
Yeah, Toby was
He
still
had not
alive.
yet
They had
jumped the
just.
smoothie.
Well, and also they're still in the cave. They have to go through the hook tongue frogs,
Yes.
the
Oof.
killer frogs, which were
Which were
horrifying. Easily the grossest, like the part of the book where I was like, oh no.
Yeah,
I don't deal with blood very well, and it was very graphic.
I like that
And then-
Toby made a ciabatta bread umbrella
Yeah.
to shield them. That was
Toby got super useful before he died. I was very impressed.
Yeah. Toby was useful. Argabella was useful. Fio's killing
She
machine.
was useful from the beginning.
But we lost Toby after they got eaten by the hookworms, and he mistakenly drank rock frog
coffee.
smoothie or
Force
something.
fed the
Coffee.
smoothie.
Yeah.
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 But it's okay because that guy died.
Yeah, he did.
And we
By the
lost-
same giant that smoothie was for.
Yeah, ironically,
Sorry.
we lost him at the healer, which used sextopuses to heal people, which is, I guess, an octopus with 6 legs.
Yes.
Yes.
That's not dirty.
Yeah.
It's accurate.
No,
It's
yeah.
an
But that
accurate
lady was
name.
dirty. The
Oh, she
visual
was
of her
very
armpit
dirty.
Yeah.
over Argabella's face when she comes to, and she smells like the armpit hair like brushes against her face. I was like, "Oh, girl, I'm sorry."
But she was
Yeah.
supposed to be attractive, though, right? But she was
She's very
very
hot and
she was
very
very
stinky.
European. That's a good way to put
Yeah.
it.
I know European people
No,
that aren't stinky.
let's
That's-
just.
Isn't
It's
that
just-
how they described her even in the
I believe
Oh.
so.
book?
My favorite part about that scene was a little snippet, but if you notice, Toby had a tramp stamp in Elvish,
Yeah.
and I got a kick out of that. And then he died, and I was like, "Wait, did he die?" Because I'll say this: they kill people off rather quickly, and then they just move on.
Yep.
And
Oh,
so
yeah.
you're left there, kind of wondering, like, "Oh, that was just a joke." Oh no, he's quite dead.
Yeah, it was like Worsley at the beginning, just flattened immediately, and then Toby died, and then when Poltro died, after being chased off the cliff by a chicken house.
So
Yes.
that's so the chicken
That's
house.
from. We actually have that, play.
That is actually a Eastern European trope called Baba Yaga.
Yeah, we have
So
the
the
story
witch
actually right
that
there.
lives in a chicken hut, and the hut walks around and travels around. So
It's a famous.
I was like,
story.
Baba Yaga. That's Baba Yaga. Like, I
It's
really
also
excited.
a movement and pictures at an exhibition. The Hut
Oh.
of Baba Yaga.
So I was very
Cool.
excited.
I didn't get that because I'm not cultured, but now I get it.
I love that. I love that Poltro was like happy though. She was like, "Oh, I'm dying." She's like, "Actually, this is really preferable and nice. Now I don't have to worry about the chicken anymore. Ah, can relax."
Really said, I thought Toby and Poltro were coming back. They did though. They came back as like Star Wars ghosts.
Yeah, Star Wars.
I thought they were either come back or going to come back, or the authors were going to kill the entire cast, because like the whole book is supposed to be a twist on the classic like fantasy trope, and I thought it'd be really funny if just everybody died. That didn't happen though, clearly.
Do y'all agree? I feel like the description, unless I'm forgetting, like they legit come back as Jedi spirit ghosts. Like they
Oh,
were
yeah.
described like they come back
yeah,
like
I
Star
feel-
Wars.
There's a whole scene, and they even said like use the Force,
Okay.
and then Poltro started talking like Yoda when she was like getting my words mixed up. I am.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay,
So like there was a very blatant.
little nod.
good.
And
then,
so then
Speaking of more death, then we finally get back. I love that we get to the farm boy, and they're like, "Yes, they climb back up. Oh, there's a secret door. We can finally get up here. Yay, we're gonna rescue the
Like-
farm. Oh God, he's rotting. Oh no, he's so dead.
yeah,
Yeah,
Wrap it up. Put it away."
Yes.
I love that. That was so hilarious, because the whole point of the book is them trying to bring him back, and it just didn't happen.
I mean they had a side quest where they tried to upend the political structure of the
But that wasn't what that's not Thea's quest. That's not what she was doing.
I just love that the book is called Kill the Farm Boy, and they killed him in like the second or third chapter, and he legit died and never came back. He's not in this book.
Technically, they
Brandy
killed him twice.
Dietz.
Yeah, that's true.
yeah he did,
That's my
and then they even came back at like the last sentence. It's like, oh no, that farm boy's dead. He's dead. But so they continued on their quest after going to the bearded bard and having a big old brouhaha there, where everybody sort of split up, and Thea got trapped in a tree, and Poltro died, and Argabella went off into the woods and came back with a strong man, and then they continued their quest to the castle, where Gustav hit on a bunch of goats.
She
Goats, and then they went in and sort of fought their way through, and then didn't have too much of a time with it.
Yeah.
Gustav mistakenly killed the king, thinking that there's no way this drunk man could be the king.
Yep, he killed the king right away. Just
Just impaled him with his horns.
He didn't mean to impale him.
yeah, but
And-
gross.
And then Grinda killed Locher, and then Toby, his magic boot that he ate turned him into a human with dangly bits.
With dangly bits.
And then he
The
pooped
tingly bit.
all
Then
over
he
the floor.
pooped on the floor.
Well,
He also peed into the lima beans.
Yeah.
So
I will say, from the time they got to the the page now. The Pooh Boy really is Pooh.
It's when Gustav was eating the posters, right? The missing.
Yeah.
I kind of lost it a little bit. Not lost it, but I struggled a little bit with the whole, what is it called, the bearded
bard.
Yeah, the bearded bard. I that got a little disjointed for me in there, and I felt like the whole traipse through the castle and we just killed everyone went a little fast for me too. But I loved when Gustav turned human and basically, what did they? I forget the line.
Like, this sucks.
He farted the.
At least I'm still black.
And glitter and everything went everywhere, and yeah, I like toilet humor. I thought that was very funny.
There's a lot of toilet humor. One of my favorite, like, laugh out loud lines was like, like almost forget a mouthful of a good stiffy or something.
Yes.
And this one that Julie's talking about.
I loved that.
The Edgar Allan Poe.
The Cask of Amontillado.
It's funny. I read the Cask of Amontillado or whatever the name of that short story is, but it wasn't until Adam asked me about it that I realized that that's what that was from. Like, I completely just missed it.
Yeah, some of the.
Love it. Go ahead.
You what?
I just said I love. There are some jokes that, like, it took me until I had read the line like half a dozen different times or heard myself say it out loud before I got the joke.
Yeah, I imagine, because like some of the words were written in such a way that you have to like really sound it out to get it, because it could be like Amontillado, and then you're like, you just pass it by.
Well, we did the same thing with Sandwich.
That's true. We did.
Which is still my favorite moment of the book, is when I realized it. Yeah.
And then I tried to read into everything after a while. Like, I tried to find meaning in like all their names to like some like ridiculous degree. I was like, well, maybe their names, like, because I started with Poltro.
I'm so glad that you said that.
And then I went to like Toby, and I was like, well, Dark Lord Toby, Dark Lord to be, like, is that what that? And then
they're all so close. And like, I did the same thing. I started every time I read someone's name, I was like, is there a joke I'm not getting? Say it out loud. Now read it backwards. Does it mean something else? And if it's in reverse, like, what is the the Trickster for Kids reference?
Oh, I miss Trickster for Kids.
That's awesome. Really?
Yeah, I missed that.
There are so many. That's why I wish.
I wish
there was like a
Well, the blue orbs.
Oh,
yes, the orbs.
Yeah.
Which I loved. That was funny. But talking about reading into everything with this book, one thing this book did to me was it made me start to read into the other book I was reading at the same time, which is not funny and has no hidden meaning. But like, they started talking about like hills and like the shapes and stuff. And I was just looking for the dirty humor in it, and it wasn't there.
Oh.
But then I like caught myself looking for it, and it's just kind of weird.
You are correct, Jeff.
Jeff, yes.
Goat. Funny. Human, not.
I think they're both funny.
No,
I mean, I thought it was funny that he did that,
but it's a more.
No, thank you.
I think the funny part to me was the reaction to it. It was like, and then he did the same thing, and it was not okay.
Well, it was totally in character, though.
Oh yeah, I just want to know how many times he pellets, and I wanted. That's what I want. I want a comprehensive list of fear pellets.
Oh, I have
anxiety pellets. Oh, do you like?
I did. I wrote it down.
That's a thing.
Oh, wow.
What's that?
Yeah.
Oh, Baba Yaga.
Baba Yaga and the Black Sunflower. And look, this is the witch's house with the chicken feet.
Yeah, it's a play, right? Yeah. So I was actually researching.
You killed Poltro.
Okay. Pellets list. So in the first half of the book, we got caution pellets, rage pellets, and fright pellets. And then the second half of the book, we got befuddlement pellets, emergency pellets, and shame pellets.
There were only 6?
Pellets.
Yeah, I know. I thought there were more too.
I thought they were
which is very repetitive. He pelleted a lot of the same emotions.
He did mention pellets a lot and didn't put like an emotion in front of it too. But I thought it was so funny. I started keeping a list.
Christy has a poop count. That's awesome.
It would have been better if it was an Excel spreadsheet.
It probably is an Excel spreadsheet.
It's actually a Google Doc. It's the Word one.
A poop duck. Sorry.
Swab the poop.
Poop dog.
Okay.
We had some interesting developments. Fia and Argabella's relationship developed, and I thought what was interesting. We can talk a little bit more about this too if we want to try to get somewhat deep into this book. After Toby died, the whole party except for Gustav was all women. After that, like we just had like a big band of women, and then a goat, which I thought was interesting and a fun take on, the classic fairy tale, classic fantasy storytelling.
Mm-hmm. And I think it's funny that they did that, and then at the end they changed Gustav into a man and made him the king, because like they were trying to make fun of the whole genre, and I thought it was interesting that he's the one who ended up being a king, and they turned him into a man.
Mm-hmm.
Like I felt like they could have gone a different direction in that, but
yeah, it's a little weird that they was like, oh yeah, the chosen one is a man and he saved the day, and now he's a king and he's a good king, and like
He's a goat.
he's a goat man. He's a goat
Did you
man.
jump on there? Sorry.
But you had like the dynamics between Fia, Argabella, Grinda, and Poltro, and as the human people for the most part, until Grinda turned herself into a possum and couldn't turn herself back.
Yeah.
And then Mathilde for a minute when they went and the troll. We forgot to talk about the troll.
Oh my
That's
gosh,
right.
I love
A lot of people like the
Sorry,
troll.
I'm just gonna grab my book really quick.
Yeah.
Troll is very
So
accurate.
so I had to I did the same thing with Christy that your husband did, Bethany.
Yeah.
And then, I had to say you get it that he was like a troll, like an internet troll,
Another thing I missed while reading it.
because he's like talking about I spent hours trying to convince her that my IQ was higher than hers, and like
Oh no, I knew the second I read it, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm very familiar with this. And I even told Lucas he hadn't even gotten to it yet. And I was like, there's a troll part coming up that you're gonna love.
yeah, and then, it's like a classic internet nice guy troll, which I thought was hilarious. And then Fia just sliced him in half or something.
Hilarious.
Well, and in the second half of the book, we got introduced to Fia's bloodthirsty sword, which was really
that kind of
interesting.
came out of nowhere, didn't it?
I kind of loved that, actually. It was a really interesting take on just like a magical sword.
Mm-hmm.
Be like, yeah.
Yeah.
There's
And it almost started to come to life at the end.
Well, it was moving by itself, trying to get to the best blood source, which was her at the end there.
Yeah. Dan says, I love when Polter drinks the healing potion and it heals her brain. And then she says the made up word and they exchange wearing glasses. Like when Polter got smart, I was like, oh, okay, cool. She's going to maybe do something here. And then she didn't.
No, she did not.
Yeah, it made me feel bad. I was like, oh, she was healed. So she got dropped. Toby dropped her a lot. And that's why she was the way she was.
So let's talk about this, because I was actually going to say the opposite. Joe says, Polter went from annoying to the most interesting character in the second half. Even in death, she was awesome.
Wow. I kind of felt the same about her, honestly, consistently. I wasn't super annoyed by her in the beginning. I will say that. I was kind of indifferent about her, but that stayed pretty consistent. She had a couple of moments. I did like when her brain was healed, and that might be it. No, I was just pretty much indifferent about her.
I just don't agree that in the second half she was more interesting. I was actually really pleased when she died, because I was tired of reading about her. Because there were moments where I was like, oh yes, Polter's going to do something. When she was like, oh, a troll, I got this. And I was so excited about that. And then you saw where that went.
She got done again.
I think Polter was annoying to me throughout the whole thing. I just even if we had a Polter chapter, I was like, yeah.
Although I will say the Polter chapter that followed Toby's death was really fascinating to me, because she was totally just out of it. Mike.
Oh,
sorry, Mike.
But we like you. We don't feel indifferent about you. That's
I mean,
different.
there are people that relate to Paltrow.
I will say. Go ahead, Christy.
Sorry, I just really liked how she handled her grief, or how she felt the grief, and it was so strong. And I like that in this really funny book, they address that in a whole chapter. I liked
Paltrow at the very beginning because she felt it kind of got me into the book because I felt like it was one of those caricature Monty Python clumsy, totally stupid and aloof, and I was like, oh, okay, I get this character, but then I felt like it didn't keep up the tempo that I wanted maybe for her, but I was kind of the same way. I was more excited about the Baba Yaga house.
I'm not crazy about chickens.
Are you afraid of them?
No, but I mean, I don't want them in my face unless I'm eating them. That's all. I don't know. I was just trying to think of a way that I like to wear black.
No, we just talked about pink a lot.
Just like the book.
But welcome.
Yes, just like. So I was reading. I hope everybody else read the acknowledgments.
I did not because
I did. Yeah,
they're not in.
You didn't, Adam?
I did though. They were good.
So because I love it because Lucas talked about in our last discussion how he felt like this just had the feel of two friends who got drunk in a bar and they were like, hey, we should totally write this book. And then when you get to the acknowledgments, they were like, we are thankful for airport barbecue because they were in the Dallas-Fort Worth airport at 10 a.m. eating barbecue and said, hey, let's write this book. So,
barbecue is the great unifier.
Airport barbecue. It's very specific. They said it's time to make fun of white male power fantasies, the formula for which almost always involves a kid in a rural area rising to power in the empire after he loses his parents, usually because someone came along and told him not to worry because he's special. And so they took that little boy, said you're special, and then they flattened him with a giant woman and wrote their own story. Yeah. So I dug that.
Something else about the book that I don't know if anyone actually got to, because it is literally the last page of the book.
That means I did not.
They have a full page that's just about the type, and it's literally about the font used in this book. And it's not funny, but I found this hilarious because I've never seen this in a book before.
This book was set in Caslon, the typeface first designed in
Why?
1722 by William Caslon. Its widespread use by most English printers in the early 18th century soon supplanted the Dutch typefaces that had formerly prevailed. The Roman is considered a workhorse typeface due to its pleasant open appearance, while the italic is exceedingly decorative.
Yeah.
I'm going to write a book in Comic Sans.
No, nobody will read
that at the end.
Oh, even better, papyrus.
How?
Papyrus is bad.
Oh, you can change each chapter, alternate.
Jeff wants to pick some fights about Star Wars.
Just note, this is exactly what The Last Jedi was doing.
Well, I'm going to argue with you and say not everyone hated
sequel.
it. Not everyone hated it.
I did.
I didn't.
I felt.
We're not talking about.
We're not talking about that.
But we'll talk about Star Wars later.
Going back to Argabella and Fia's relationship, when Argabella met the prince that's from Fia's city or country,
Conan?
Yeah, and
Conan
was his real name Conan.
Yeah,
I
no,
missed that too until you just said that.
Who did that?
No, I didn't.
How do they spell it? I see. This is
Konnan.
Yeah, this is
That's
always
why.
fun. Yeah, this is always fun to hear because I listen and y'all read, and so I don't know how to spell these people's names, and I just hear Conan.
Yep.
Yeah, well, that's hilarious.
And he was I like me a furry lady.
But when he did that, and he just fell head over heels for Argabella because she's a furry lady, I was really worried that Fia wasn't gonna like Argabella when she lost all her hair, because maybe it's a country standard of beauty.
Oh.
So I was really pleased when it didn't change anything.
So Nicole's commenting on the font thing.
Oh, really?
That's interesting.
Huh.
Well, it's something I'm definitely going to be looking for in the future.
I've never noticed it.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
See, I didn't even pick up on that.
I didn't either.
Oh, get it? Get it? I get it now.
Yes.
It's so funny during this live discussion and the last one, how many of these jokes that I don't get until the live discussions.
Yes. I enjoyed that
I'm
too.
sad that we didn't get to meet Steve.
Oh,
Well,
me too.
maybe you get to meet him in the other 2 books.
He
of
probably
hell.
is. Yeah, Dan Lafferty said the same thing. I wanted to meet Steve.
I
Yeah.
hate that guy.
He's like a. He's
Everybody
like
hates that guy,
a
except
bruh.
for Conan.
But he seems so like so evil and so bad. And like I would have loved to see like a reunion between basically everybody knew him and him.
He's a super popular guy.
Dead necromancer Steve.
I'm trying to think. I'm kind of glad I don't actually I don't know that I know anyone off the top of my head named Steve, because now it's going to be habitual. Every time I hear it, I'm gonna be like, Steve, I hate that guy. I'll have to check later.
Shut
can-
up,
What?
Roberta. Sent a
Well-
friend request.
How?
Matt wanted to know who that man is beside Talia. That is, this is called Quarantine Lucas, and not had a haircut
It's the
like Adam.
Steve
Steve.
Urkel, Stefan Urkel version of Lucas.
I did trim my beard a little bit, but I'm leaving the mustache. I think I'm gonna really grow that out.
So Virginia asked, did anyone else have to look up hirsute? I looked up the definition of so many words in this book. It was crazy. I have a list for that too, actually, but that was the first one because it was in the first sentence.
Did
I
you notice?
couldn't tell
Go ahead.
which words were made up and which were real. So I was looking up an abundance of words just to make sure I wasn't losing my mind and to make sure I wasn't getting tricked into thinking that some of the fanciful words they might be making up were real words.
Fanciful.
Yes.
Is that an Argabella word?
Yes.
Yeah.
They
pretty much.
did lots of fulls. Did you
Yeah.
notice that?
That was just
Especially her.
Argabella.
That was her speech pattern.
Right,
And
yeah.
she put full,
But then
She's
I was
like,
like,
he
are those
seems
actual
very, like-
words?
the sweater is
No,
itchy.
they're
I
not.
don't think so. They're just like
Now they are.
But that's her speech pattern. But also Toby did the same thing with almost. Like he was almost a Dark Lord, and it was almost bred. And a bunch of his chapters had a ton of almost in front of words.
But do you feel like his powers grew and changed? Because in the beginning, he couldn't even make almost crackers. And then, in the end, he was saving them with friggin' almost, real olive loaf sourdough. I don't even know. Either way.
It definitely did. But Argabella's did too. I think
Yeah,
just
she
going
got
on this
stronger.
quest was able to, they were able to grow their talents and learn. And he also had the influence of Grinda and, learning from her.
Oh, yes. I love Argabella's songs in the end with her power. She's like, this is Gustav. He's definitely
king.
not a goat.
Nothing
Changed
is-
to a man. He will be a great king. He saved
Yeah.
us. He's
Yep.
not
Oh.
a goat.
On that note, why doesn't everybody walk around with a bard? Because bard magic is incredibly powerful.
Oh,
it is
I-
incredibly
Super
powerful.
handy.
that's
And it won't-
Talia walks around with a bard. I sing all the time for Talia.
He sure does.
Bard magic might work a little differently
Well, in that case,
on Earth.
Christy also has a bard.
Nice.
But I was wondering if her bard magic had to do with her enchantment, but she was singing after the enchantment too was lifted. So I think that's just her skill.
Yeah.
Garlic knots.
There's all sorts of different specific types of magic in this book,
Mhm.
which kind of get touched on. Like
Well-
Toby has his magic, Argabella has her magic, Grinda
Has sand magic,
has sand magic.
and Staff has mucus magic. Yes, the worst.
Ugh.
Gross.
Staff is just disgusting.
So people are talking about bread. Katie on the discussion topics post gave us the most important question that we need to talk about
Oh,
during this
yeah.
live discussion, and it is, what kind of bread would you want to conjure? Should you
Oh,
only
that's
be able to
good.
conjure one type?
Pizza.
That's not bread.
It has to be okay.
Fine.
Christy, do you
Nature's
know?
Own honey wheat sliced bread.
Something garlicky. So I was thinking about this a lot today. And it's either Olive Garden breadsticks or I know.
That's so
or
good.
maybe the garlic toast,
Jim
the
and
French
Nick's
toast.
biscuits.
Oh yeah. That's
Logan.
Logan.
Said flesh honey.
the red
Logan's-
lobster biscuits. Those are good.
Logan's rolls.
Okay, I'm gonna
Well,
go.
only if it comes with the butter.
Yes.
I'm gonna we are in Birmingham, Alabama, and we have the Irondale Cafe, which is made popular by fried green tomatoes, the Whistle Stop Cafe. It's right down the hill from Adam and Christy, and actually, Tally and I have like a satellite one not far from us, so we're actually kind of equidistant from. But they have the best, just like yeast bread, and if you put butter on that, it is pretty fantastic. I would probably go with that.
Going down the list here to see what everybody would conjure. Get skillet cornbread.
Oh yeah.
Oh, remember that place at the beach where they took olive oil and stuff, and then they took garlic
I'm so
cloves.
sad.
And
All of our favorite restaurants at the beach closed.
Y'all got some good,
Not
good
before
tasting bread
quarantine,
here.
like they closed years ago. But there was this one restaurant down in one of the marinas where they would bring you like an entire friggin' loaf of bread, like a whole like loaf of French bread. But then they would bring a whole like cloves of roasted garlic and smash them right in front of you, pour oil and Parmesan on top, and then give you a friggin' loaf of bread.
Yes, Jeff says orange rolls from The Club. It's not The Club, so The Club is like a dinner club.
Or Urban Cookhouse.
Urban Cookhouse has the same one.
Yeah,
oh my god.
Good.
Oh,
Jay,
so
we're about to have an argument. So Jay just said biscuits are not bread. Okay, biscuits
here are cookies.
Biscuits here are bread. Biscuits there are cookies. But biscuits here are bread.
Jay, thank you for joining us. I know it's late.
Being able to conjure cookies sounds like a winner also.
Yeah.
So
I want cookies now.
Y'all have some good tasting bread.
Jessi.
Yeah.
But see, what do you do when you want a sandwich? I don't want to make a sandwich, a roast beef sandwich with banana, but no, I don't know. See, I want a bread that I can dress up. I could make it a garlic bread if I wanted to. I could make it a sweet bread if I wanted to. You need something kind of in the median world. This is an hour-long discussion of bread. Welcome to Literally Wasted's bread discussion.
You know what? The authors would probably appreciate that.
You're like, did you talk about the book? No,
we talked about bread. Oh, great.
Bread.
Oh. You know, actually, something else that was in the acknowledgement section, Kevin said he thanked someone for introducing him to mushroom bread. And I looked it up, and it looks like it's just like sauteed mushroom on top of bread, and it sounds really good.
I like mushrooms a lot, so I would eat that.
Christy
I
knows
think Kate's in the right place.
Kate. Right there.
Yeah. Christy knows this. I've been getting a pin, like an enamel pin. I have a collection. I've been getting one for every single book that we've read since we started this club. And this is the very last one I'll be getting. I said I would do it for the first year, and then I have to quit because I'm out of room and my bag weighs 30 pounds. But I was trying to find a pin for this book, and I found this one. This is not the one I went with, but I was very, very tempted.
Oh, yeah, there it is. I had
charcuterie today.
I mean, that works.
That's
good.
I ended up getting one of a cute little goat in a sweater, but this was a front runner.
That is a strange combination of words there, Jennifer.
No, I've heard of this. I've heard of this. It's supposed to be really good.
Zucchini bread is fantastic. Ooh,
that's probably pretty good.
I would eat it.
We do have zucchini coming in. I'm growing zucchini.
Zucchini bread is actually sweet. It's good. Jennifer, good. Yes, if you have a recipe, send us a message.
Post it in the group. Everyone post your bread recipes in the book group. Why not, man?
Why not?
I just put a book in the background, and it counts. It's a book post. You did it.
Yeah.
And we're the admins, so...
Yeah, we say it's okay. Do it.
So bread is so good.
It is.
The comment before that, did we talk about the umlaut guy last time?
We did, because we decided that it's pronounced the same way either way.
Okay.
Yes, that was the joke. And so
that's still one of my favorite parts, that he was just so on about the umlaut.
That's also another form of magic in the book. He had his own. He could conjure all the thingies.
Yeah. So in the second half of the book, like it ends right after the umlaut guy goes, and then someone mentions the umlaut guy, and they actually use the little umlaut on it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was and it was the first time any of them had actually said it the correct way in like text, and I thought that was really funny because it was after everything.
Joe, what in the world?
Well, actually, you can substitute mayonnaise for eggs, I think, in like regular baking. So I think
no, but mayonnaise has eggs in it, so it's not
exactly.
Wait, what?
No, I don't think that's as weird as it sounds. I don't think it is.
Dan Lafferty's barfing in the comments. So this is true. Yes, Jay says Southern biscuits are scones over here. I do love scones, but they're not. Your scones are not our scones. Biscuits over here. Ooh, custard creams.
No,
Although I
digestive
think it's
just
funny
doesn't
that you
sound
call
very
them
good.
digestives. A
But yeah,
digestive
that
does not sound appealing
Sounds like
to me.
something. Yeah.
But I do love a cookie. But so what do y'all call? Nope, I lost it. My brain lost it. I don't even know what I was going to ask. I'm so sorry. Ew.
Amber, what is that? Wait, then the
Mayonnaise
that might be
powder. Please
What?
tell me
that's
that's
Giggles Vids.
tell me that's like a joke. Like it's called mayonnaise cupcakes, maybe just because they're like white and creamy or something, but like
No,
it's not actually mayonnaise.
I'm pretty sure you can put mayonnaise in some desserts.
So Jesse's talking about the book.
Oh, right. I guess we should get back to that.
Thank you, Jessie.
Sorry.
Staff the Pixie.
I bet she
she
shows
works.
up in other books.
Yeah, she has to.
Yeah, she got away.
She did.
They
she
let
has
her
some
out.
super powerful
A
magic.
lot of fart magic.
That was like 2 different fart magics in the same chapter, which I did not like.
Yeah, Gustav had a big old fart.
Well, his was glitter fart, and hers was like a noxious green cloud fart.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure a noxious green cloud fart coming from someone named Staff is like not something that you want near your eyes, your nose, your mouth, any orifice. Bad.
Yeah.
Although glitter also not great, but in a totally different category.
Oh, that's a great idea, Jenny. You know, we should actually all just eat bread during the next live discussion. We should have
Adam
done it
would
for
love it.
this one.
Or we could do it on Friday with the authors. Let's just all
Oh,
be
Tell us
stuffing our
what-
face with bread.
Remind us, what is that happening again on Friday?
On
Oh,
Friday,
right.
yeah. Yeah,
What's
look.
happening?
Oh,
Oh,
look at
fancy.
that.
We
Just
just
a-
had that
Yay.
prepared and everything. I'm
Just
so
a
impressed.
just a reminder. Yeah, if y'all want to get the bread out, we've got a live Q&A with the officers this book Friday,
We
At
should make a whole
7:30 Central.
charcuterie to
We
eat
should.
8:30
during our
Eastern.
Q&A.
We should.
So-
I am. Yeah. So y'all make sure you get your questions ready. They are a real hoot. I've been listening to their podcast and
Just a real hoot.
a real hoot. And I think we're all going to have a really good time. And from them, I think we probably will veer off
That's it.
course, and it's going to be more of a hangout. But I'm good. We're just going to have a good time. I can't wait. We're 2 for 2, guys.
Staff is really
Yeah.
hard to cure. We're doing it. We're doing it in the comments here.
But
Not easy to get rid of staff. We're doing what they do in the
Love
book.
it.
They're just going down the list of puns.
Did they do that in the second half of the book at all?
I don't think they did.
Because they did it several times in the first half of the book, and it was always really funny.
Yeah, the pun game just kind of stopped amongst the characters.
Yeah.
Although Gustav every once in a while, like when Poulter died and he said, I guess you chickened out. Yeah.
Gustav.
And they're like, not the time. He's like, yeah, it's a good time.
Oh, we got a recipe for
Duke's
Duke's
chocolate
chocolate
cake.
cake.
All right, Joe. All
There
right.
it is. You can't
I mean-
click on that, but maybe you
Isn't
can click
that
on
the-
it in the comments.
Isn't that the mayo of choice?
Oh, go to Joe's
the
other
South?
one.
Oh yeah,
I like that too. I like that it kind of went full circle with staff.
so let's talk about like things that did go full circle in this book. The biggest one, I guess, Worsley.
Well, and the castle with all the sleeping
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
We
came-
mostly got a conclusion.
Except the princess or the queen or whatever she was,
She's
like,
still
Yeah.
asleep, right?
didn't wake
Mhm.
up. And so, okay, so the ending of this book. But did I what?
Brown
what-
Boy's dead.
So like in the epilogue, the birthday party, Toby shows up, Poulter shows up as ghost. They say flesh honey, and Argabella spews all over the cake.
Of
And
course.
then they get a letter from Lord Urgot, who's like, "I want to be your friend," and they're like, "Something's weird
Well, he
about
also
this."
said, you don't have to look too hard over here. Everything's running so smoothly, and it's just great,
Mhm.
and I don't need your attention.
Yeah, and they're like,
Suspicious.
"That's not right," and then they leave. Is that? Are we looking at like sequel stuff here? Like what?
Well,
What was that all about?
Tali, you've read the first part of the second book. It doesn't pick up there, right?
I'm in the second book, and as of right now, it seems like the second book is a completely different story, completely different characters, just set in the same universe. Now, the title of the third book leads me to believe that it ties into the first, but I do not know that for certain. I am still in the second book, and as of the point that I'm at now, it is just, we're still in Pell, but we're learning about new people and what they're dealing with.
Bethany, welcome.
Yeah, welcome, Bethany.
Also, spoiler alert.
Yeah.
This whole thing.
We're talking about the book.
Oh.
It's a fun book.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
As long as you like poop jokes. If you don't like poop jokes and puns and like dirty potty humor, then I would recommend skipping this one and joining us.
Oops.
I mean, still being here, but maybe just read like next month's book and stuff.
I did like this too.
For bro times.
Yeah, bro
I
times.
welcome the opportunity for bro times in the town. It's like,
He was
what
like-
is that? I don't like
It's like, that sounds horrible. And I was like, that does sound horrible, Gustav. But yeah, if you are new to the group, welcome. You can check out our website, literarylywasted.club, and you can check out all the other books that we've read over the past year during our 2019 and 2020 season. Because if this one doesn't suit you, you can always go back and find our other discussions.
Talia, what are you watching?
So Leigh Ann says, well, you can read it. Lord Urgot murdered Besley, and maybe the halfling mafia is based out of his kingdom.
Leigh Ann.
Sorry, I was not. I know it seems like I was ignoring this conversation, but I wasn't. I was legitimately trying to look up how to pronounce an O with an umlaut, if there's a difference. And then, but this is in German, so it's.
Everyone last time said it was the same.
Yeah, I just thought I'd ask a German person just to be be sure.
Adam's in for bro times.
Bro times.
So Kathy has an interesting take. So not a fan of potty humor, but totally love this book.
There you go, Kathy.
Barely survived my boys being 8. That is fair.
Oh, I thought that was a smiley face. I barely survived my boys being.
No, I knew exactly what you meant because our little boy just turned 10. So, yeah. Also, this little boy is still potty humor.
Yeah, all the time. Love it.
Yeah.
Give me a poop joke.
Bethany's family's theme is poop jokes.
No, so you.
Oh.
Hopefully, the whole family read this one.
Well, I will say I feel okay with the younger people actually reading this book because I do feel like a lot of the stuff that is not kid appropriate, for sure, there is a bunch of stuff that is not kid appropriate, but it's so like hilariously written that I think it would absolutely go over kids.
Yeah, like you could.
There's no way.
Yeah.
Here's Bethany chiming in on the umlaut.
Yeah, that's what I was reading. But then like, the German lady started talking. But it's like you say like A, but then it's saying like say A and then make your mouth into an O sound. So it's like A. I don't know how to do that. Yeah.
That doesn't work.
It says yeah. It's pronounced like a long E while holding your mouth like an
O. So these are the catacombs of Yer.
You're disturbing the dogs.
Oh, sorry.
but dogs like
the catacombs of Yer.
Yeah, Bailey was doing. Give me one of these.
I did it. You can see by Christy's shoulder. He's like,
no. He's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, well, we learned something that we
there
can't
you go,
say.
Rebecca. That's awesome.
Nice.
Now it's educational.
That's right.
Yes.
We will. I hope you chime in to the discussion Friday, and we will share that. I want you to offer that comment to the authors.
This would be hilarious as like an animated series for sure.
I could see that. That makes sense.
I want to make this into a movie. Authors.
I want to be Argabella.
Watching.
We've already talked about this.
I can make movies.
It's true.
So
it's the wrong live stream for that.
I would like to direct this movie. I think it would be fun, and I like poop jokes.
Well, Adam, you'll have your chance Friday, and I will vouch for you.
Yeah, if you want to start it, I'll just grab onto those coattails and just ride it. You just be like, hey,
I'll open the door for you.
Yeah, open that door. I'll walk right in.
Fair.
I want to be Argabella, but at the same time, I could see how as an actress, while Poltrow is an annoying character to read about, she would be a fun character to play.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, you get to do the accent for sure.
She has an accent?
Yeah, I always picture her having like a very Cockney, like.
Oh, I can see that.
What does she sound like in the? No, what does Poltrow sound like in the
Poltrow.
audio?
Yeah, Poltrow's just kind of Poltrow.
Oh, no.
She's got a typical Poltrow sound.
Yeah, that's what
I hate them chickens.
Yeah, it's chickens. Oh, the
Yeah,
chickens
because she would say things
I know.
like, "I hate them chickens, I do," like that kind of
That's
stuff.
just kind of like that.
Thank you, Cindy.
Yeah,
Hey,
if
We're not here for this.
Oh, sorry.
Wrong live
Sorry.
discussion.
If he wants to fight me for the director's chair.
How about Adam directs it, but Taika plays Gustav?
that would be good. Yeah,
he could-
Adam
I'll
directing.
I'll cast him as Gustav.
He would be fantastic as Gustav, and we know he can voice stuff really well because he's also Korg. And then when he turns into a human, he would be hilarious as human goat Gustav.
So here's a
There,
question, because
done.
I had a hard time like visualizing some of the characters. Who would you cast as Fia?
Mm.
Who did you picture? Like, is it like
Brienne
the
from
lady,
Game of Thrones.
the former American Gladiator who's in the Mandalorian? Is it like that?
Gina Carano.
Gina Carano.
Well, in the audiobook, she sounds like she's from she sounds like she's half Jamaican. Like she's got this island accent.
I see her more as like, what's her name? What's the
Or
leader?
like
the leader of the bodyguards in Black Panther. What's her name?
Oh,
She's beautiful and hilarious.
Yeah, Michonne.
Michonne from Walking
Walking
Dead.
Dead.
Yeah. Or I was thinking like,
That's who I picture.
Who's that lady from Firefly, the Wash's wife?
I haven't seen it.
I don't know.
And then honestly, as Argabella, you know who I picture? I picture little Annie it's because I've been rewatching Community. I see Annie from Community as Argabella.
Yep. She's got that little kind of fearful runaway look to her sometimes.
There's something about
Stephanie.
her big, innocent eyes.
Yeah, I'm down for that, Stephanie. If you saw Deadpool 2,
stunning.
The Domino character was like had a great presence, and like she has that build, like athletic, taller. I would be down. I don't know that actress.
Alison Brie. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you, Brittany. So Alison Brie as Argabella, even though she's super tough and glow, but in Community,
Tina Torres.
But she's got like the big old innocent doe eyes, and there's something very like little girly, fragile about her.
That's what I was talking about.
Who'd you cast as Toby?
Paul Giamatti.
What if you cast Toby from The Office? That would be like a dumb.
Who's Paul?
I always picture someone like Paul Giamatti.
Who's that?
I can see that.
I
picture Paul Giamatti, but like if he used really bad, and it would need to be obvious that he used like bad, like CVS drugstore black hair dye trying to cover up, but it's grown out a little bit. So he's got like gray roots, but like pitch black, bad, like frizzy hair just on the sides.
Hey, but he did get his beard at the end.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's trying to be dark, but like he can't. I dyed my hair black so I could be like gothic and scary, but my sad little gray frazzledy roots are showing.
See, he's perfect. I should direct this movie.
Hank Azaria for Toby. Oh, Hank Azaria can be anybody.
Yeah.
I love Hank Azaria in Watchmen.
Why not go with Gary Oldman?
Watchmen.
He's the fork thrower.
Forker.
That's not his name.
So there's Fia, Argabella.
Mystery Man.
Thank you.
Watchmen.
Who would you cast as Poltrow?
Ooh, what about Grinda? She has to be super old, but look like she's melting.
Helen Mirren.
No, she's too classy.
But no, she should. She should be beautiful and glamorous, and then they would be able to like when you get up close, she's like, ugh.
I think Grinda is kind of classy. She's just
from far away, she's supposed to be like impeccably beautiful.
I have a picture in my mind of the actress that I'm thinking of, but I don't know who she is. I think she might have been one of the professors in Harry Potter or something. But oh yeah, that's a good choice. Dennis Leary.
We actually, Kathy Dunn said Michelle Pfeiffer. We actually just watched Michelle Pfeiffer be like the evil melty. It was we watched
Pfeiffer.
We watched Maleficent, Mistress of Evil or whatever, and
she looked kind of droopy. Goldie Hawn. Oh, Goldie.
She melty. Yeah, Michelle Pfeiffer could be.
She had a bad. One of her eyeballs was not on the same plane as her other eyeball. I think something.
She was also in Ant-Man 2.
Yeah.
Well, between Ant-Man 2 and Maleficent 2, one of her eyeballs fell down.
Emma Thompson could work too. As Grinda.
Yeah.
She is, and she's hilarious.
What about
This is what the whole thread's turned into. So
yeah, we're just casting everybody. It helps to kind of get a sense of like how you visualize them too. Worsely.
You need to cast like someone big, so you can have top billing in the movie, and then they just die. So it'd be like
it's like when Brad Pitt was in Deadpool 2 as the invisible superhero, and you only see him when he's electrocuted for half a second.
But someone did comment that we need to have an Australian, and so we should do Chris Hemsworth, and so he could be Worsely because he dies like immediately.
He would be so good.
Not Worsely.
No, Worsely.
Besley. Right? Besley's supposed to be the handsome one.
If he's Besley and then Liam Hemsworth is Worsely, then that's hilarious because he's like, my big brother, blah, blah, blah. And then he gets squished.
Yeah, having like it kind of reminds me of like Chris Hemsworth's character in Cabin in the Woods. Have y'all seen that?
It's so good. It's not really scary.
Nope.
No, Adam watched it and he hates scary movies.
Yeah.
He hates it. We'll watch it with you.
He's old. Worsely's a boy, Henry. Robert Downey Jr. is too old. Worsely is but a child.
Sphere wants to be
smooshy child.
You can play a dead guy.
Oh yeah, you're in. I'm directing the movie, so it's you.
Wait, I just realized I said I wanted to be in the movie, and then I cast the whole movie, and I didn't cast myself in it. Darn it.
Oh, put whose was that? Someone said Carrie.
Oh yeah, I have that one on there.
Oh, he would be great.
That would be really funny because
Toby?
Yeah, but think about it. That would be really funny. Now. Yeah, that would be.
I think he would do a good job.
I think, but he should shave the top of his head so he just has the sides, and then try to goth himself up. It'd be really funny.
Lucas and Talia, Mike said that Cabin in the Woods is amazing. So
okay, cool.
Oh, if someone else said it's awesome.
It is awesome.
It's really good.
It's very good. Jay wants to do the voiceovers. Yeah.
Perfect.
It's English.
Yeah, so perfect. Let's do this. All right.
Oh my gosh, we're done.
Kill the Farm Boy, the movie, is now in pre-production. We're going to have a production meeting.
On Friday.
Wear a chicken suit and back in the back of the scenes be like,
yeah, we're going to get the authors in as consultants on the film.
Yay. To be like, we already cast it. Everything's taken care of.
We just need you to fund it.
Executive producer.
We will offer
and
to option the rights to this book. I need y'all to be in on this. We're going to try to get it for $5. Think they'll give it to us.
Oh, Adam Pittman. Yeah. Who would be Steve?
Oh.
Steve, I hate that guy.
I don't know.
You either have to go with somebody who's so beloved in Hollywood that
Tom Hanks.
Oh my gosh, that's perfect.
Somebody that's like so loved, and then they show them once, and you're like, no, that's like Tom Hanks is a good one. Like everybody.
No, that's he's from. So if he's from
like
that country,
Chris Evans or something, like Captain America.
Oh yeah, I love that idea. That's so good.
Nathan Fillion, he would be good.
Yeah,
but he kind of has like because he played like Captain Hammer in the sing along.
Oh, Dr. Horrible sing-along blog.
Who am I thinking of? Ow! I should have myself. The narrator, Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman. Yeah.
Morgan Freeman. He should be Steve.
Patrick Stewart. Well, Steve is not. Is he not? Is Steve old? Steve isn't old.
It's not that he's old, but he's from the same nation as Fia, and I get the impression from their accents and the way that they're described that they all should be black.
Hmm.
That's
Well,
because
yeah, I mean,
Conan
they-
and Fia,
yeah.
and they all said they're from that far away area. And
I didn't
their
get that
accent-
Steve was from there. I mean, I guess it makes sense since both Fia and Conan know him.
Excuse
he
and
knows
she
everybody.
came from there.
Yeah.
Steve,
Uh,
I hate that guy. I'm sorry, I can't stop.
Steve. Well, all right. So, all right, you heard it here. Literally wasted. We're going to produce Kill the
A
Farm Boy.
literarily wasted production.
Yep.
Starring
Now with more
List-
bread.
Taika
list
Waititi
everybody as-
Gustav the
Yes,
Ghost.
all the bread.
Taika Waititi as Gustav. Helen Mirren as Grinda. Or whoever else we said. I forgot. I'll just look at the comments for the cast.
It's documented. It's fine. So I
Who
guess
would play Olfactory? Vin Diesel.
I am olfactory.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Okay, so
Yiker.
let's final thoughts it here. Like, how do you feel about this book? How do you feel about continuing the series? Somebody go.
Well, I mean, I said it last time. I had a hard time getting into this book until they introduced Fia and Argabella, and that's really when it took off for me. I ended up really enjoying this book. I don't think that I'm going to be reading on. There's just a lot of great books out there, and I don't think I want to give this world any more of my time. But I really did enjoy the book.
I liked it too. I thought it was a lot of fun, and for me, it was a good break. We've kind of been in some serious stuff, and I needed a palate cleanser, and I needed to laugh, and this is by far, I think, really since Good Omens, this is the book that's been, you know, the funniest. We've had some very serious sci-fi and some very serious kind of fantasy stuff. I will continue it. It's just a matter of when, because we keep getting, multi-part series. So I rank it really high in our list of all of our books. It's not the tip top, but I would say it's in the top quarter. But yeah, I think it's funny. I really appreciate the humor. It's dumb, and I love that.
It was super, super nice to read something different. I've never read anything written in this style that's so blatantly comedic, out of the box, different. Very thankful to have that and add that to my collection. I am reading the second book right now. I will admit I'm having a harder time getting into it, but I do believe it's actually because I did emotionally get invested in the characters from the first book. Yeah. So I picked up the second book expecting to continue on with them, and it's not. It's new people. So it's just taking me a little bit longer, and right now I'm not getting sucked into it like I did the first book. Do I think the first book is perfect? No, but most of the books that we have read are not. I really, really enjoyed it, and it's super fun. And honestly, I thought I really did appreciate there actually were some very real moments, especially in the second half of the book, that did have real depth to them. And that was a nice surprise that I didn't expect amidst all the pellet jokes. So I've really enjoyed it. Jeff says, what, you haven't read Hitchhiker's Guide? No, I haven't. It's on my bookshelf, but actually
it's a hard read. I'm not going to lie.
What is?
Hitchhiker's Guide to me.
So this was very fun for me. I am continuing onward, but it's taken me a minute. I don't think I'll finish the entire trilogy by Friday.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the book a lot. It was fun. It was funny. It made me laugh out loud. I'm not opposed to reading more, but you know how I am with reading in general. If it's not for book club, it's hard for me to
be forced
do it.
Yeah.
But it was, like Italia said, like, you know, I thought it was going to be very light and surface level, but then when it had moments of sincerity and moments of depth, and like I appreciated the fact that it did twist a lot of tropes on their head, and that was nice and was refreshing. And so I'm glad that we read this. I'm glad that we all got a chance to like goof off a little bit in our discussions and talk about poop.
Oh man.
you know, we have a lot of opinions. Some people say they're going to keep going. Some people say they're not going to keep going. That's pretty cool. So people getting sucked into the next book, which is The Darker Shade of Magic by V. Schwab. So back into the magic world.
Yeah. I do want to say we've been reading a lot of series, and that's just one of the things with science fiction and fantasy. I feel really bad introducing people to a new series every single month, mostly.
But it's not your fault.
Listen,
It's really not.
Think of it this way. You're introducing people to even more books that they could read.
I know.
Which is for these people and for like maybe you, maybe, you know, I wish me, they love books.
Yeah.
Well, just know it's because that's the genre. Like most of the popular ones are part of a series. And I mean, that's just kind of where it's going. But not June, but July, it definitely won't be a series. We don't know what the books are yet, but all the choices I gave are not part of a series. So,
but that's true. It's something Lucas and I talked about too. He was like, you know, do we need to make more of an effort to steer away from? And I was like, you can't. With science fiction and
really
fantasy,
hard.
You can't do it, because what happens is a book gets popular, and of course the author is going to be they're either going to be pressed by their publisher to be like, hey, this succeeded, write more, or it's just like the nature of this type of universe. When you're creating an entire universe, the story just always continues. So there's always they're always gonna be pulled to create more.
Yeah.
Oh, and Lisa makes a great point. Y'all are the ones choosing the books. It's all your fault. We didn't do it.
Yeah.
Unless, you know, your only options are series.
Yeah. These are
No.
these are book people. You're among friends here. So,
See, look, I made a new pillow I got. Oh, smushy.
so
Very cute.
June's book, A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. But before you get into that, remember, we've got a special guest.
Friday
live stream.
Friday.
Live Q&A with Delilah S, Dawson and Kevin Hearne.
Friday.
It's going to be exciting. 2 days from now. Think of your questions. We'll do it. We'll do it like we did the Lev Grossman one, where we try to get through as many of your questions as possible, and let's goof off with them. And also, hey, remember, we're going to make the movie.
Yeah.
Also, remember, this is the final discussion of the month. So if you've just been a silent lurker this whole time, hi. But also make sure that you submit a comment at some time so you're entered into the drawing to win the Mostly Mystery Box, which is a $100 gift card from Books A Million to shop online. What? Buy stuff, don't leave your house.
And you can also buy and shop from the Second and Charles Rare Collectibles on their website too. So you can definitely be buying some Second and Charles merchandise there as well. So thank you both to Books A Million and Second and Charles for sponsoring that. That is fantastic.
Yay! Stuff.
What else do we have? Guys,
Christy was going to say something.
Oh, go ahead, Christy. Did I cut her off?
Oh, backtracking a bit. We are going to be putting a post in the Facebook page about discussion topics for Delilah S. Dawson and Kevin Hearne. So look out for that. Or you can just wait until the discussion and we can read them live.
Yeah. So just get those the thinking cap on. Be very thankful about your questions. Be very askful.
Thinkful works better.
On Fridayful.
No.
Q&A full.
Stop.
Talia, where can these fine folks find us?
You can find us on Twitter or on Instagram or on YouTube or Facebook, which you're probably already on. We're on all these things. We also have a website. We also post all of these things after the fact as a video on demand. If you missed it, you can catch up with it later. It's also a podcast. There's also a group on Facebook called the Literally Wasted Lounge where we talk about books all the time. Oh, I am excited. Oh, about Freud.
No, you're doing it wrong. It's
It might be time to end this.
Just want some bread.
Hey, it's just a party pillater.
Party
Get
calendar.
Don't pet me.
Well, hey,
You're just reconfirming.
That wraps it up for this awesome discussion. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for chiming in. We are very much looking forward to this live Q&A on Friday. So
2 days.
Don't miss it. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Tell your friends.
Tell your friends.
There's an
I
event.
don't know if we're going to be able to do the same thing we did here with the comments on the screen because we're using a different setup and it's going to look weird. So we may go back to the old format, but don't worry, your comments will still be seen and hopefully heard. So thank you. Kathy is sleepy full, and I'm also sleepy full. So I think we'll call it a night. But bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Yay! Friday.